Just waiting for a couple people to get on. Hello. Maybe nobody's going to join us this morning. Again, can say hi. And then the lens rest kidding. Hello. Good morning. Thank you. It is really kind of scary. I don't honestly know what I'm doing, so this is a first. Thank you, love of the land every day. Yeah, I have never done a live before, so I hope this all works out. But I've come on to kind of find out where people want to go. I come on to find out which direction I should take my channel and see what people are wanting videos for. I know I love to do the collaborations, but my channel's kind of got mixed reviews right now. And yeah, I don't have anybody watching. Anyhow, I come on to because I'm working with somebody on the direction of my YouTube channel to see which way I would which way to take it. We started out as an adventure page for just recording where my kids and I have been. A lot of people are curious on where we go, how cheap it is to get there. And then I was asked to do some collaborations, and so I took it towards the homestead way of the channel. And now I'm kind of torn if I should continue to do both the way that I'm doing it, do the collaborations, homestead stuff, and then every now and again throw in our travel. Because again, like I said, a lot of people like to know where we're going, how much it costed when we got there, stuff like that. But I'm also trying to get my view hours. I've got everything but my watch hours. So I have 286 watch hours of the 3,000 watch hours. I have 154K of the 3 million for shorts. So I don't think I'm going to make the shorts for my monetize, but I really hope to make the 3,000. So if you know of a way to help get my watch hours up, I would love email on that. I am thinking about doing an open collaboration for quick breads. I was thinking running that November 15th through December 15th so that you had neighbor gift ideas. If you'd like to take part in that, you can email me at lowfamilyadventures@outlook.com and let me know that you would like to take part in that. It'll be an open club, so and I'll try and post a video on every Friday of some type of quick bread. Yeah, if you know of any other open collaborations that are going on, I would love to hear about them. Or any collaborations that are coming up that still have spots that are closed collabs, I would love to participate in those. I am taking part in Noodle November with Tony from Kettle Kitchen. I do have a list of a couple open collabs that I've been thinking about doing. One is hashtag delicious desserts hosted by Jamie at Jamie's Country Living. Another one is hashtags ways to save hosted by Luann at Luann's Kitchen. Another one is hashtag Pie November hosted by Blackberry Rock Homestead. And then there's 3 other ones. I'm not sure if I really want to go into those. Thanks, land of the love the land of every day. Quick baked breads are my favorite. I love to make them because you can either make them into a muffin or you can make them into a bread. And they're easy neighbor gifts for the holidays because there's so many different varieties of quick breads out there. I'm not sure how to say that. Marta? Miranda? I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. My name's Tanya. Yes, please keep me in the loop on collabs because I love to learn from everybody else. I think it's super neat to learn what everybody else is doing. So like what I do one way, 5 other people are gonna do it a different way. Yeah, like I did Tony's over at Kettle Kitchen. I did his Jarred Up July, and it was amazing to see what everybody did with their mason jars. I use mason jars all the time around my house, everywhere. I store everything in mason jars. Sometimes we drink out of them. Almost. Your phone's gonna die. You're at 8%. Hey, my little guy told me yesterday when my phone was at 2%, he goes, Mom, I can make that last an hour. I was like, okay. So, yes, mason jars are so versatile. It's amazing the different ways that you can use mason jars and all the different styles of mason jars that they have. Uh, uh, I just got me, I had one, a sourdough start, but then my husband threw it away because he didn't know what it was. So I just got me another one and I have it in a mason jar. And that's where it's going to stay for right now because I don't know anything about mason jars. Or not mason jars, sourdough starts. So that's going to be a new learning curve for me. It's sourdough. Love of the line, do you use sourdough? I don't see anything down there, but anyhow, I am in a collaboration right now with Me and You Acreage. It's a meal. You're supposed to make a meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner under $5 to feed at least a family of 4. My family is a family of 7, and so Sorry, I have a kitten crawling up my leg. Yeah, that wasn't very nice. Um, so I try and go super cheap on all my meals. But go check out that over on her channel, Me and You Acreage, under the playlist Meals on a Budget. What's your favorite thing to bake with your start? Love of the land. Love the land every day. I'm sorry, I am butchering your name really bad. Sweet. Thanks. I like to be tagged and stuff because I like to learn what everybody else is doing. Because, like I said, everybody does it different. And I want to learn all the ways that I can. But, so what is your channel about love the land every day? What do you produce your videos on? You like to make bread? Just like sandwich bread or I've heard you can make like pancakes and cinnamon rolls and uh, biscuits and stuff like that. And I've had sourdough, but it's always been sandwich bread. Um, Today is my little guy's birthday. He's 10 years old today. He's my youngest. I can't believe I have a 10-year-old. But yeah, honestly, gardening and outdoor. What animals do you have on your farm? We have chickens, ducks, turkeys, and quails. I'm actually going to be fixing the pens for winter because here in Utah we get quite a bit of snow, and I tarp them in. You make pasta out of sourdough? I've never heard of that one. That one I'm gonna have to try because I really like pasta. Do you have recipes over on your page for any of those? Alright, I gotta move that so I can read that. Do they lay a blue egg? I believe the quails, that kind, lay blue eggs, and they're pale blue. I like my quails. I have fun with them. My little guy loves quail eggs. He's the reason we got into the quails because he hated chicken eggs. And then I got turkeys, and everybody loved the turkey eggs. And then I was like, well, I'll be a smartass and buy some quails. And that's all he eats now is quail eggs. I actually have to limit the amount of quail eggs he eats because there's more protein in a quail egg than there is in a chicken egg. And so he'll get like 5 quail eggs to equal a chicken egg, but then he doesn't realize the protein that he just ate. What type of recipes this winter? The sourdough or just whatever? What type are your turkeys? I have blue slate and royal palm and a Nigerian. And a red bourbon hen. I lost the royal palm Tom this summer. He just up and died. So now I gotta find me a new Royal Palm Tom. Then I have two black Toms. I'm not sure what they're called, but I've never heard of those ones. What do they look like? Oh gosh. Um, have you ever gone live on your channel before? Love the land every day. Kind of sad when you only have one person watching. Well, that's okay, because at least I only make myself look like a fool to one person instead of like a bunch of people. It's kind of scary, even though I only have you in here. It's like your brain fart, like bad. And I have stuff written down here. But oh, hello, Jamie from Jamie's Country Living. I was just talking about your hashtag delicious dessert collaboration. Is that still going on? I am doing great, Jamie. Do you have them on your channel? I'll have to get on your channel and go looking for your birds. I would love to get in on your collaboration, Jamie. I seen that it was a open collab, so I will go and read all the information on that. I haven't really been on like active on YouTube the last couple days. I've had videos that I've had scheduled posted. I've been super busy because Halloween's coming. My little guy's birthday's today. We had the rifle deer hunt. Out of two tags, we were able to fill one, which is nice because that's some meat in our freezer. Hopefully, we can fill an elk tag later in the year. Turkeys are so fun. I think the personality in a turkey versus personality in some chickens is amazing. Like they truly become your best friend. And my royal palm that died this summer, he would follow me around everywhere. He would lay down in the garden with me and garden. He would peck at my dog if my dog came by me. He was my little shadow. And then he died. So your collaboration starts on the 1st. How long is it gonna run for, Jamie? I know the feeling. I haven't even pulled my garden. My neighbor just gave me like 16 big black trash bags of leaves to put in my garden. I honestly haven't been in my garden since probably the middle of September because I've been super busy. I still have squash out there I need to go pull, but my garden didn't really do very good this year. Uh, we had a fire up the canyon a couple years ago, and so the irrigation water has all the seeds in it. And I didn't think about getting a seed blocker for my irrigation. And so when I would water my garden, I would just be watering it with seeds. And so every time I'd go out, I'd pull weeds. I'd come back like a day or two later. It was like I didn't even pull weeds. So finally, I just gave up. I was like, I'm done. And you go out in my garden, and the weeds are seriously like this tall. And I have onions in there I need to go pull. But I was wondering, do you guys know if I leave the onions in the ground until next spring, if they'll be okay? I really don't want to pull them. But let's see. What do the harvest gold look like, Jamie? Our turkeys, I can't read that. Your turkeys are out fertilizing. Yeah, I thought about letting my birds in my garden so that they could just eat whatever, but I gotta go pull those squash. Um, I was in a what is it, seed swap with CNC's farm, and I got a squash, and the name had rubbed off, and so I just threw them out in the garden. But they're probably about this big, and they look like a white flower. So if you were to turn it up, it would look like a flower. But I don't know what they are. But I was gonna pull them and Google them and cook with them and see what they are. See if they're any good worth actually saving their seeds. So you do lives on Monday at 1 Eastern time. Do you know what time that is, Mountain time? See, I didn't grow any garlic this year. Can't you plant that right now and grow, or does it need to be planted early and then go until next spring? The onions were a true test this year because the bag I had looked really bad, but I just threw it in the ground and they did grow. So I'm excited to have homegrown onions this year. Oh, so it will be 11 o'clock. My time will be 1 o'clock your time. Wow. So to plant garlic, because I have never planted garlic and we love garlic. Do you just go to like the greenery or the nursery? Do they have garlic bulbs or can I go to, say, Walmart and buy garlic and break them up? I have never grown garlic, but we really, really love garlic. And if I can put them in the ground now, do I pull them in the spring? Garlic bulbs. This shows you how dumb I am, guys. But so you buy garlic bulbs just like you do onion bulbs then. Um, what are other plants that you can plant now and have them in the next year? Or um, yeah. So I plant now and then harvest the end of July, and they come up just like onions do. So when I harvest them, because I've seen where they braid the tops like onions, or do I just put them in a cold place? This part. I've gardened my whole life, but I've never done onions and I've never done um, garlic. And I really want to get to the point that I don't have to buy anything from the store. So just like onions. Sweet. I'm super excited to get started on being self-sustained. So on the garlic bulbs, you say that it takes 7 to 8 months to grow. Are they just itty bitty? Just like the garlic clove that you cut? That's super interesting that it takes 7 to 8 months and the bulb's only like this big, if that. How far apart do you plant them? So love of the land every day. What's your favorite thing to plant in the garden? And same for you, Jamie. What do you like to plant every year in your garden? It's a full-size bulb. So you learn something new every day. I did not know that. Tomatoes are my favorite, and I see both of you guys like tomatoes as well. Then beans as in like green beans? Mine would be peas. I like peas and squash. I have a big green squash. My neighbor gave it to me, and I have no idea what it's called. Maybe you guys can tell me. I will go grab it. Just a second. Do you guys know the name of this? I have no clue what it is, but my neighbor dropped it off on Friday. Hot peppers, as in what kind of hot peppers? Spaghetti squash is our family's favorite. And I just cook it with, cut it in half, put a little bit of butter on it. A lot of people add salt and pepper, but I don't, and I just bake it. Then I make my family's favorite spaghettis sauce, and I'll just scrape it out and we'll eat it just like spaghetti. But that's the only way I can get them to eat it. My favorite squash, though, is butternut squash. I think this is a hubba squash. I don't know. They grow some serious weird stuff over there. There are decorations out front are all different types of squashes. A taco boat. Huh? So do you just make like a taco and put it over the top of your um spaghetti squash? That would be so good. Yep, the butter squash, again, I just cut it in half, put butter in it, and then add a little bit of pepper and eat it that way, or I do sprinkle sometimes some brown sugar over it and eat it that way. But I'm trying not to load up on sugar. But no, just flavor it with taco seasoning and meat. Mm. Yeah, spaghetti squash is big at my house. Like I actually out on my back porch right now, I have uh some spaghetti squash to go out to my chickens because it didn't all get eaten. But the spaghetti squash was probably like a foot and a half long by probably 6 inches round. It was huge. So sprinkled cheese on top of the meat. Okay. I'll have to try that because I still got a couple more spaghetti squashes. Do you guys know, so I know, like, if you had a cellar, but I don't have a cellar, my basement doesn't stay cold enough. Where could I put, squash to make it last all winter without it going bad? Because I would really like to go to the farmer's market and get a bunch of different squashes and have them last until the spring without going bad. Hello, Cindy. Welcome. We're just talking about different things that we like that we plant in our gardens or have tried with squashes. Oh, where do you live that you already had to get the snow off your solar panels? We have snow up in the mountains. It tried to snow down in the valley, but it didn't stick, which is nice because tomorrow's Halloween and today's my little guy's birthday, and I don't want to go trick or treating in the snow, and I don't want to roast hot dogs tonight in the snow. The longer I can push the snow off, the better I am. You don't have a cellar either, Jamie. I would love to build one. My aunt had one when we were growing up, and I'll tell you what, she had everything in that cellar, and it stayed good year round. Like it, nothing ever went bad. You freeze a lot of your squash. I guess I could freeze or freeze dry it. I do have a freeze dryer. I've not thought about doing that. How do you cure a squash, Cindy? Well, it was nice to have you, love of the land, every day. I'm sorry your phone is dying. Um, I will probably have more lives to come, and I will definitely go and look at your channel. Thanks for watching. So, Cindy, where are you from that you've already got snow? Sounds like you got a lot of snow. I'm not ready for snow. Even though I have lived in Utah my entire life, I dread the snow every year. The kids love it. I guess we love to go sledding in it and snowshoeing, but I could live where there is snow still. I thought about that before I came on, but I wanted to see how it all worked. I know some people use StreamYard. I'm not familiar with that, other than I've watched Angela's and she's a StreamYard. But I'm just trying to get a feel for it to see if this is actually really something I want to do as lives. If I want to do them where I talk, have like a guest, or if I just want to do a Q&A. Not sure what I want to do yet. The more you go live, the easier it is to get trolls. Yeah, I think trolls are everywhere and people are just jerks. I don't see why people do that. So how many do you think I would eventually need if I was to go? How many monitors? So when you go live, Jamie, what do you do? Do you do Q&A or do you like interview somebody or oh, you're in Canada. Ontario. Well, you can keep the snow up there for a long time. I've never been to Canada. Um, so how long have you had your channel for, Jamie? And same with you, Cindy. How long have you guys had your guys' channels? And what got you guys into wanting to do a channel? I've had this channel since 2017, but um what was it? Right after COVID, I started working on it, and then a friend passed away, and his brother's like, "You really need to start focusing on your channel." And so a year ago, September, I actually only had 25 subscribers on my channel. And then right before this video, I checked and I had 746. So in a year, I've grown tremendously. I've learned a lot. I still have a ton to learn. But it helps to have people that you can talk to on YouTube that are in the same boat as you are. So you just have people come up, like they just pop up on your screen? So what made you change your name from what it was to what you have now? You do StreamYard. Does that cost? See, Cindy, that's how I originally started my channel. Was my dad passed away 8 years ago, and we would go every weekend. We would go somewhere, and we would go exploring and having an amazing time. And now that I look back, a lot of those places I know of, but I don't know where they are. And so when I started taking my kids, I started documenting where we went. So later, when I was gone or my husband's gone, my kids know where these cool places are that they can take their kids and their grandkids so that they can see us exploring the same places as them. And then when I started doing the homesteading side, it was so that my kids, because I have one out of the house and one almost out of the house, so that they know how to bottle or pressure tan, or if they get a freeze dryer, how to work the freeze dryer. But it's just in the last year, it's kind of been a little all over the place. So I'm just trying to figure out where people are looking for information on, so I know where to go with my channel. So how do you get it to come up on YouTube? That this whole thing is all new to me. So do you log in or go to StreamYard and then put your channel in and it shows up? Because right now I'm just through YouTube Live. Is there a way that you can go on there and like mess around before it goes live? So you can get a feel for what's going on in there or how to work it? That'd make it a lot easier. 'Cause I tried to do that today and that didn't really work. But I will definitely drop in on your channel during your live Hello, Natasha. I was just checking out your channel last night. I seen you through Wicked Prepper. I was doing some research on channels and you're in one of her channel lists. She is awesome. I have really enjoyed her channel. I've only found her, what, 2 weeks ago? And I really enjoyed her, yeah, I've really enjoyed her, what does she call them? The milk seed she puts in those little clear plastic bags. I thought those would be amazing Christmas gifts for my older boys. No, it's not the meals in a jar. They're oh gosh. They're plastic bags that she's got that she puts all the ingredients and then labels it, and then you just set that bag on the shelf, and then when you grab that bag you have literally everything you need. Oh yes, the ones she puts bottled water with go bag meals, I think she's called them. They're that's what I'm working on right now for um my oldest son's Christmas. Because he's like, I just want food, Mom. I don't want anything except for meals. And I was like, sweet, we can do that because I'll make him one and I'll make me one and everybody will be happy. So I wanted to do the meals in a jar video with uh some of my freeze dried stuff. But like I was telling the ladies before, I've been super busy and not really been a lot on um YouTube. I've had videos scheduled and I have videos that I need to edit and put out. Um my freeze dryer though, let's just say that's a whole nother story. I couldn't get it to work. And come to find out on the back of the shelving unit where where you plug it into your freeze dryer and you unplug your freeze dryer to take your shelving unit out. The piece that's on the shelving unit, there's a gray cover that goes on it. For the life of me, I couldn't get my freeze dryers to work. And one day somebody's like, you need to go take that off and look. Lo and behold, all of my wires were melted. And so I called Harvest Right and they sent me out the piece. And I just barely, as in it's actually beeping right now downstairs for me to pull it, ran my first load of food in my freeze dryer since I fixed the wiring. I don't want to call it wiring harness because that's not what it is, but it's on the back of your freeze dryer. So if you're having issues and you've tried everything else, try and take that cover off. Maybe your wires are melted just like mine. Because there was no smell of melted wire, no hotness, no nothing. 100 pounds of sweet potatoes. What are you gonna do with them? Yes. So I was telling the ladies I let my garden go because I couldn't keep up on the weeds. And so I have some squash out there that I need to figure out. But maybe Natasha, you know what this is. Do you know what this is? My neighbor dropped it off on my porch, and I have no idea what this is. But it's massive. Um, Yeah. So if you guys haven't checked out that um wicked wicked pepper like freeze drying or dehydrating as chips, because freeze dried sweet potato chips are amazing. So how do you cook a green Hubbard squash? I have never, like I said, this is new to me and I have never used them. I read that as chunks for soap and stews. It's but anyhow, this has been super fun. I've learned a lot from you guys. Uh, and if you want to use sweet potatoes in your soap, I guess you could. Not sure exactly what moisturizer you'll get out of it or whatever, but hey, to each their own. You're good. Chili sauce is amazing. My father-in-law makes a really good one. I'm not big on it, but I will eat it. I am more of a salsa girl, and I will eat you out of house and hold on salsa. Actually, I just canned 2 flats of salsa, but I didn't do any videos on that. I have in my fridge because life happens. I have a huge stainless steel pot of grape juice that I need to do something with. And I thought about making some grape jelly. Then I was like, no, I'll just bottle it. So maybe I'll do 50-50 this weekend, probably. If not, maybe I'll just throw it in the freeze dryer and have it freeze dried so that I have concentrate for later. Mm. What's your favorite thing to freeze dry, Natasha? Mine would definitely be chips, like fruit chips, potato chips. Pineapple is amazing. I can only do a little bit because it doesn't burn your tongue, so I can eat the whole thing. Do you go live at all, Natasha? Freeze-dried grilled cheese sandwiches. That would go really good if you cut them into cubes for tomato soup. I see you go live on your monkey channel. My little guy watches that. But I just wondered if you ever went live on the budget prepper. And I seen that you have $100 something collaboration that you're doing. What is that? Like I was telling the ladies, there's a bunch of collabs going on right now. Jamie's Country Living, she's got one that's starting tomorrow that's hashtag delicious desserts. And then hashtag way to save is by Luann's Kitchen. And then there's a hashtag Pie November hosted by Blackberry Rock Homestead. And then there's a couple other ones, but I haven't decided if I'm going to do them. There's an ornament exchange, a hashtag homestead craft and recipe one. Then there's a wild game November, which all of my meat is wild game. So every recipe that I use is wild game. That's all my family eats is wild game. Very seldom do we eat actual beef or we eat pork. that's for sure. I do get a lot of pork from the store, but all my hamburger, all my steaks are all either deer, elk, or buffalo. I'm not very often, like I said, do we eat beef. And then I'm in a collaboration with Me and You Acreage for Meals on a Budget for under $5. And we have done breakfast, lunch, and this week is dinner. And my video will be posted on Friday. So Ashley's Christmas cookie one. So Ashley's over at CNC Farm. Haven't seen that one. Um, the cookie one that I'm in is with Gail at Gail's Southern Living. I believe that's what it's called. I'm bad with names, guys. But she's doing a Christmas cookie exchange, and you can get on her channel and you can see all the open collaborations that she's having. But Natasha, I'm gonna do a open collaboration for Quick Breads November 15th through the 15th of December if you want to get in on that. I'll be posting a video here shortly on all the details for that. And I'll drop my videos on Fridays. I think it will be because it'll be right around to give you ideas for Thanksgiving, and then it'll also give you ideas for um neighbor gifts for Christmas or uh teacher gifts. So like I like quick breads. I think they're the next to sandwich bread, homemade sandwich bread, I should correct that, are the best. I just barely got me a sourdough starter. So I got mine. Me and my daughter went on a trip to California and I came back and my husband had thrown it away. So I just got me one yesterday. So what is your favorite thing to cook with your sourdough, Natasha? So Jamie says that she has her first delicious dessert 23 coming out on Thursday on the 1st. Because that's one thing I really want to learn is this sourdough part. You never had a chance to use it before it went bad, so you're in the same boat I was. Now I have a new one, and it's written all over it. Do not throw this away. Do not put this on the counter. So hopefully I can get to make something with it. Because Cindy from Squirrel Off Grid says she makes pasta, and I've never heard about pasta being made with sourdough. So I'm interested in learning how to make the pasta with sourdough. Hmm. I thought about making a start, but I just got on our marketplace on Facebook, and a lady in the town over from me, she has a huge start. And she gave me enough that she said I could divide it into two if I wanted to. And then we have a Facebook group here for Utah that has all different sourdough. So I've been really reading up on it so I can learn but nobody's done pastas. So I will definitely be getting on there and learning how to make pasta. So Jamie, on your desserts, is it just any type of dessert? Like cakes or cupcakes or I like desserts. Um, yeah. I can't believe I've almost made an hour. Hi, Tony. So this is my first live. Thanks for stopping by. Um, we've just been talking about the collaborations that are open, sourdough, what you like to make with sourdough. I still need to get you my pasta idea for your collab that you're having. I'm super excited for that. Maybe I'll make my sourdough pasta. There you go, Tony. I'll figure out how to make sourdough pasta. Um, yeah, I mean, I only have 4 people, but that's okay. It's a live and learn. Like I was telling the ladies before, at least I'm not making myself look like a fool in front of a bunch of people. It's just 4 people. Mm. Hopefully, because I'm trying to grow my watch hours because I only have 286 watch hours and I've got everything else to be monetized but those watch hours. And then obviously looking for more subscribers, but they will come as we go as well. You cut a live off after 19 minutes? How come? Natasha, I have 286 of the 300 or 3, what is it, 30? Oh my gosh. I have 286 hours of the 3,000 hours that I need. Because I have 154K for shorts, but I would need 3 million that way. So I'm going the shorter route. On mine, it says 3. It says 3,000. Your budget prepper's not monetized. Yeah, when I looked right before I got on, it said I only needed 3,000 more, or not 3,000, but yeah, whatever 3,000 minus 286 is to get it. And I'm also working, there's a guy here in Utah that's holding YouTube get-togethers for up-and-coming channels. And I've really learned a lot from him. And they have a big gathering going this weekend up in Salt Lake. I'm just going to take the 3,000. Oh my gosh, excuse me, guys. Because if I can get to 3,000, then I can get to 4,000. See, I don't, do any of you guys have memberships? I've seen them. I'm not quite sure how those work, or I did just see the super chat thing today when I was messing around. And then I think the other thing you're talking about, Tony, is something about you can sell your stuff where you can link stuff to your channel to sell. So you're not monetized by choice. What does the membership get you? Because I've seen some are like $1. How come you chose not to monetize, Tony? Didn't you lose, Natasha? Didn't you lose your monetize on your monkey channel? Right. What are the additional videos? And I understand that, Tony. We're fighting that right now with my husband. What has to be over $100 to get paid? You do one-on-one videos? Thanks for stopping by, Jamie. I will definitely jump over onto your live here in just a few minutes. So it's totally different content than for your members than what you do on top of your daily, or not daily, but your normal videos. See, I'm still learning all of that. So how much does the, I guess, paycheck for each ad vary per channel? Yeah. See, I have some videos that do really good and some that don't. Like, I have my video from me and you acreage for lunch, and I seriously only have 2 views on it. And it took until yesterday, so Sunday, to actually get those 2 views. And I posted my video on Friday. It was just kind of sad, but I've noticed she's not been posting them on the playlist. I've tagged her in them and I've hashtagged her channel in that, but it is what it is. But anyhow, I have got to go. I need to go make a birthday cake. And then I need to run and buy some, oh my gosh, French bread to go with his lasagna. So it was nice having you guys here. Thanks, Tony, for stopping by. Natasha from Tony from Cattle Kitchen, Natasha from Budget Prepper, and Cindy from Cindy's Squirrel Off Grid. Thanks for watching, guys.